Lisa, are you serious right now? What kind of mother shows up late to her own son's wedding? This is absolutely ridiculous. You're embarrassing yourself and the entire family. If you're not here in the next 10 minutes, I swear I'm done. I will file for divorce.
Excuse me? What are you even talking about? We don't have a daughter, David. We only have one child, and it's our son. And yes, it is his wedding day today, but what exactly are you going on about? Also, for your information, I'm already here at the venue. Have been for a while now.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry. That message wasn't meant for you. It was a complete mistake. I meant to say son, but I typed daughter in the middle of freaking out. I hit send way too fast.
A typo is one thing, but why were you in such a panic to begin with? You weren't trying to send that message to Anna, were you? You know, Misa's mother?
What? No, of course not. That is not what happened. I just didn't see you anywhere, and I started to panic. I walked all over the venue looking for you and didn't spot you once. I thought maybe you skipped the ceremony entirely, and I lost it. I'm sorry. I completely overreacted. You left earlier than me this morning, and I assumed you were already with Misa. I just couldn't find you, and my mind went to the worst place.
Even if you were upset, saying something like divorce is way out of line. There are better ways to express stress than by threatening to walk out on your wife.
You're absolutely right. It was a stupid thing to say, impulsive and hurtful. I let the moment get the best of me. Today is such an important day, and I just let all my emotions boil over. But I swear it won't happen again. I don't want to say things I can't take back, especially not today. So where are you exactly?
I've been in the reception hall for the last hour. I'm working on a surprise I put together for the bride and groom. Something really meaningful. And to be honest, I think it'll touch your heart too. But I'm still setting things up, so I can't meet you just yet. Give me maybe 15 minutes, and I'll come find you near the garden entrance.
All right, I'll be waiting there. And Lisa, for real, I am sorry. Let's reset. Let's just make the rest of today about them and about us being a family.
Hey, just now, your dad sent a text. He literally typed out the word divorce and accidentally sent it to your mom. But it was so obvious he meant to send it to Anna. No one's buying that it was a mistake.
It's fine. My mom's already planning to divorce him anyway, so him trying to use that word like some kind of threat doesn't really hold any weight anymore. She's put up with 20 years of him cheating. That word means nothing now.
It's honestly pathetic. The way that he panics and still thinks he can cover it up like no one notices. He fumbles with his phone every time he gets nervous and still thinks he's being slick. And the worst part? He's a grown man, a father, and he's still out here acting like this in front of his family.
You should see him now. He's sweating like crazy. His face is bright red, and he keeps glancing around like someone's about to confront him any second. It's a wedding, for God's sake. You'd think he could at least keep it together for one day. He looks like he's about to collapse under his own guilt.
Well, it makes sense. He's probably terrified someone's going to spill everything, or that his texts will get exposed. Still, the fact that he typed divorce and aimed it at Anna? She's not even his wife. What does he think he's doing?
That's classic Dad. He does that on purpose, you know. He throws around married couple language like that, so if anyone catches a glimpse of his phone, it just looks like he's texting his actual wife. It's his way of covering up. It's so sneaky. Honestly, it's disgusting.
The whole situation is so twisted. I mean, your mom's dealing with all this betrayal, your dad's running around sending secret messages to another woman, and it's all unfolding on your brother's wedding day. No wonder the energy today feels off.
Yeah, it's complicated to say the least. Growing up, I knew things weren't perfect, but I didn't realize just how bad it was until I got older. Now I feel like I'm seeing all the cracks that were always there. They just hid them better back then.
By the way, has Anna shown up yet? She's not answering my texts. I've been trying to get in touch with her, but she hasn't even read my last message. It hasn't even been marked as read.
Wait, seriously? She's not here yet? That's weird. I haven't seen her at all. You'd think if she were going to cause this much trouble, the least she could do is show up on time.
She was supposed to help with some of the reception prep, too. We're kind of counting on her for a few things. If she bails now, this whole thing could go sideways.
Great, as if this day didn't have enough drama already. Anna, where the hell are you? Why haven't you shown up at the venue yet? You're the mother of the bride. You not being here is starting to raise questions. People are already whispering. This is not the kind of day where we can afford that. We talked about this, remember? You promised me we were going to act normal today, that we'd both show up like nothing's wrong, like there's no secret, no mess behind the scenes. You said you could handle it, that you were strong enough to stand there like everything was fine. But now you're not here, and I'm the one left trying to keep it together. You're making it look suspicious, Anna. If you don't walk through those doors soon, someone's gonna start connecting dots. My wife is already tense. One wrong glance and it all comes crashing down. Whatever's going on, I don't care right now. I just need you to show up and play your part. You owe me that much. Get here now. Hey, Misa, any update? Were you able to get in touch with Hannah?
Yeah, finally. She just texted me a few minutes ago. Apparently, she drank way too much last night and only just woke up. Her voice was still all hoarse from the hangover. She says she's coming, but she's going to be late.
Unbelievable. Of course she would oversleep and miss the start of her own daughter's wedding. Some things never change, huh?
Right? It's honestly exhausting. We've planned every detail of this day, rehearsed everything, coordinated everyone, and she's the one person who can't manage to show up on time. We can't even begin without her. It's like we're just frozen, waiting on someone who doesn't even realize how important her role is today.
I get it. It's frustrating, but don't panic, okay? I already spoke to the planner and some of the staff. I told them what's going on, and we decided we'll delay the start of the ceremony until she arrives. The guests will be fine. It's more important that you and your mom are both there before it begins. Weddings are about families coming together, right? It wouldn't feel right to start without her, no matter how much she's let us down.
You're right. I know you are. I just wish it didn't have to be like this. I wish I didn't have to brace myself for disappointment every time she's involved in something meaningful. And now, on what's supposed to be one of the happiest days of my life, I'm pacing back and forth texting people instead of soaking it all in.
You don't deserve that kind of stress today, but you're handling it with more grace than most people could. And once she shows up, we'll pull it together and get through the ceremony. I'll be by your side the whole time. Whatever happens, you're not going through it alone.
Thanks. But I've got to be honest with you. When she finally walks in, probably with her makeup barely done and her sunglasses hiding her bloodshot eyes, it's not going to be joyful. I think the only tears I'll have left are the sad ones. Not from nostalgia, not from joy, but from that deep, hollow kind of disappointment that I've carried around for too long.
I know, and I'm so sorry, but maybe this can still be the day you let go of that weight. Don't carry her choices anymore. Let today be about you and what happens next. What the hell is going on, Ryan? What kind of wedding is this supposed to be? The second the screen lit up with that video, you bolted for the bathroom. Gotta say, that was classic Dad. Impressive instincts, though. Crisis management at its finest, right? I'm not here for your sarcasm. What were you thinking? Showing that kind of footage at a wedding reception. Our family was there. My co-workers, people who've known me for decades. What the hell were you trying to pull? Oh, you mean that footage? Which part upset you the most? The photo of you and Anna walking into a hotel together? The video of you two kissing in the parking lot? Or maybe the screenshots of your flirty, nauseating text messages? The ones you sent while pretending to be the loyal husband? All of it! Every single part of it! Do you have any idea what you've done? This is your wedding, Ryan! You humiliated me in front of everyone! Are you seriously telling me you planned this to publicly disgrace your own father? Exactly what I'm telling you. This wasn't just my wedding. It was a day that Misa, Mom, and I planned together. We worked hard to make it perfect. You know what would have ruined it even more? Pretending everything was fine when it absolutely wasn't. Perfect? You call this a perfect wedding? It wasn't a wedding. It was a hit job. You weaponized the entire event just to take me down. You're damn right I did. This was about accountability. This day was never just about flowers and vows. It was about truth. It was about giving Mom the closure she never got, and making sure you knew what it feels like to be exposed after all these years. Jesus, Ryan, do you even hear yourself right now? This was supposed to be a celebration. You turned it into some twisted revenge plot. No, you turned it into that the moment you decided to cheat on Mom for 2 decades and treat it like your little secret. You showed up here today expecting to smile for pictures, shake hands, pretend you were a good father. But good fathers don't lie. Good husbands don't hide women on the side and text them from the same phone they use to talk to their kids. You built this mess. We just made sure everyone saw it for what it is. Tell me the truth right now. Did Lisa know about this? You're really telling me your mother was in on this stunt? Of course she knew. She's known for a long time. She just stayed silent because she thought it was better for me. But today was about finally letting go of that silence. It was about taking one of the most important days of our lives and using it to move forward. Not under your shadow, not under your secrets, but on our terms. Lisa, please, you've got it all wrong. This is just a huge misunderstanding. You have to let me explain. Just hear me out.
And why don't you come talk to me in person? Why are you hiding behind your phone during our son's wedding? Is that all you know how to do now? Text lies and excuses while avoiding reality? Unbelievable. You've spent 20 years cheating on me, and now you want to act like you're the victim? A man who can carry on an affair for 2 decades certainly knows how to avoid eye contact. Figures he'd stay glued to your phone while everything crumbles around you.
I'm telling you, I wasn't cheating. That slideshow you played, it's fake. Someone fabricated all of that. It's not real.
Really think I would go through the trouble of showing false evidence at my own son's wedding? Let me be perfectly clear. I gathered that evidence. Every photo, every receipt, every message. They were all real. Those hotel receipts, I found them in your office drawer. The handwritten letters, you left them in your old coat pocket. The videos, those came from private investigators. Some of the footage I took myself. I've spent years quietly collecting everything because I knew this day would come. So no, David, nothing was fake. Everything you saw was your own doing.
You're the one who put that together? So when you said you were working on a surprise for the wedding, this is what you meant?
That's right. I thought it was poetic in a way. You spent 20 years hiding your betrayal, thinking no one would ever find out. I condensed it all into a 10-minute highlight reel. Neat, curated, and just public enough. And that clip of you whispering, "I love you" to Anna, that was the perfect finale. You gave me 20 years of lies. I gave you 10 minutes of truth.
God, how long have you known?
From the beginning. From the very first moment you started seeing Anna. She was Ryan's preschool teacher, remember? Back then, you insisted on doing the pickup and drop-off every single day, even when your work schedule didn't allow it. I knew something was off. No father is that enthusiastic about preschool transportation. At first, I thought maybe you just enjoyed feeling helpful, but then I noticed the little things. You'd come home later than you should have, smelling like perfume that wasn't mine. You were defensive, cautious. Then there were the random business trips that didn't align with your calendar. Eventually, I followed the trail. And what I found? Well, you know what I found. You just watched it all on screen with the rest of the family.
Still, to show it at the wedding? To our friends? To our children? That's crossing a line, Lisa. There's a way to handle these things. You didn't have to turn it into a public execution.
You think I told the kids? You really don't get it, do you? Ryan found out on his own. He figured it out before I ever said a word.
Wait, Ryan knew?
Yes. And that's what breaks my heart the most. Our son had to be the one to tell me his father was cheating. Do you know what that does to a child? To witness their parent lie to their face day after day, year after year? He noticed your patterns before I did. I was ready to divorce you back then, but he told me not to. He said if we didn't have solid proof, you'd get away clean and we'd walk away with nothing. So I stayed. I stayed in that house with you. I smiled through every holiday, every photo, every family event, just so I could gather enough to bury you legally.
Ryan said that?
Yes. And do you know what else? You're the reason he became a private investigator. Your betrayal gave him a purpose. Your lies shaped his career. The very act of watching you sneak around fueled him to become the man he is now. So congratulations. You raised a brilliant detective by being a terrible father. And it doesn't stop there. Misa was also hurt by Anna. She found out about your affair before she even started dating Ryan. But instead of confronting it, she and Ryan worked together behind the scenes. They started collecting evidence, supporting each other. And through that, they fell in love. Your infidelity might have destroyed our family, but it ended up creating a stronger bond between them.
Ryan told me he and Misa just met in high school, that it was a normal relationship.
You never asked questions because you didn't want to know the answers. We didn't want you to. We kept it quiet so you could sit comfortably in your fantasy. Meanwhile, I was silently watching our son rebuild what you tried to break.
Still, you didn't have to humiliate me like that. Divorce is between a husband and wife. It didn't have to involve a crowd.
No, David. You involved the crowd the moment you betrayed your family in secret. You smiled in photos with Anna while lying to everyone around you. You invited shame into our home. All I did was shine a light on it.
You really planned this whole thing just to destroy me?
I didn't destroy you. You did that yourself. I just made sure everyone saw the real you. Now you can enjoy the consequences you spent 20 years avoiding. You don't get to demand privacy after spending 2 decades living a lie. Seriously, David? What are you doing holed up in the dressing room now? You didn't even stay to listen to our son's speech. Do you realize how cruel that is?
I heard it from in here, loud and clear. You all really went through with it. You just wanted to humiliate me in front of everyone, didn't you?
That's right. I told you from the start this wedding wasn't just about Ryan and Misa. It was also about finally delivering the consequences you and Anna kept dodging for years. We put everything into that speech, and you couldn't even sit through it.
What kind of speech was that? You think anyone's gonna stand by me now after hearing that? You've turned everyone against me!
David, no one was ever on your side to begin with.
Hell! Who wears their dirty laundry at a wedding? Talking about affairs and betrayal in front of guests? It's disgraceful!
Sure, it's not traditional, but did you actually hear Ryan's speech? It was beautiful. He said, "Our marriage began with an unfortunate truth. My father and her mother's affair led us to uncover the lies that shaped our families. But through that pain, we met, we healed, and we chose to love each other. He turned your betrayal into something honest and hopeful."
The whole room went silent. People were shocked, and then Misa gave her speech and made it worse.
You mean when she said, "Today we build a new family and we draw the final line on the mistakes of the past"? It wasn't an attack. It was a declaration of strength, of healing, and you're the only one who sees it as a threat.
This is insane. Everyone's looking at me like I'm some kind of monster. I can't deal with this. I didn't sign up for this.
But you did, David. The moment you chose deceit, you wrote this ending yourself. Now it's time to live with it. Watching you try to sneak out of the venue, pale as a sheet, only to be stopped by security, I almost felt secondhand embarrassment. You really thought you could just walk out after everything that happened? Running back to the dressing room doesn't change a thing. There is no escape left for you.
This is a nightmare. It wasn't supposed to turn out like this. Now everyone is banging on the door. Guests, family, even people from work. They all saw the slideshow, the pictures, the messages. There's nowhere for me to hide. No one to lie to anymore.
That is exactly right. You hurt our son, David. You embarrassed him on the most important day of his life. And I will never forgive you for that. And let's not forget Misa. She became our daughter today, and you have been hurting her too, whether you realize it or not. All the years you spent sneaking around with her mother, all the lies you buried under that fake smile of yours. Now you get to feel what it's like to be exposed, to be stripped of your excuses. You will feel every ounce of the anger I have carried for 20 years. You shamed our son, betrayed your family, and thought you would get away with it forever. But here it is, the moment your mask finally came off, in front of everyone. I hope you understand now. You do not get to destroy people and walk away untouched. This is where your story begins to unravel.
I've lost all my credibility. It's like 25 years of hard work disappeared in one afternoon.
That's not work disappearing, David. That's the cost of lying for 2.5 decades. You kept secrets, you risked everything, and now everything is falling apart because of you.
I get it. I really do. I messed up, but still, this is everything.
Actions have consequences. You should have thought of that before you started sneaking off to hotels and hiding letters in your desk drawer. Oh, and just so you know, while you were out hiding in shame, I've been busy on my end too. I've already started the divorce proceedings.
Wait, what? Divorce?
Why are you surprised? You should be thanking me for not filing sooner. After everything you've done, the fact that I waited this long is almost generous. Anyway, it's too late to beg now. I've already signed with an attorney and turned over every piece of evidence I've collected. You'll be hearing from my lawyer soon about alimony and property division.
Lisa, please! Anything but the house! Don't take the house! It's tied to my parents! They'll be devastated!
If that's the case, maybe you should show your face and explain it to them yourself. Although I'm not sure you're capable of looking them in the eye. They were pale as ghosts at the wedding. Your mother looked like she was going to faint. So if you're so worried about what this is doing to your family, now would be the time to take responsibility. She was supposed to be a trusted adult in that environment. She abused that trust, just like you abused the trust of your wife and children. And now both of you are going to pay for what you did. No more hiding behind titles or smiles. You are both being exposed for who you really are.
The pressure is unbearable. Everyone hates me. The legal side of this is overwhelming. The money, the public shame, the isolation. It's too much.
You should have thought about that years ago. Before the hotel rooms, before the love notes, before choosing yourself over your family time and time again. You do not get to fall apart now and expect sympathy.
I never imagined it would all collapse like this.
That is the problem. You never thought this far ahead. You thought you would always have a way out, but not this time. This time, you face everything. The consequences, the court, the debt. I am done cleaning up after your decisions. Maybe I thought that someday you would realize what you were doing and come clean. Maybe I thought you would change. But that was my mistake, and I will not make it again. I will never forgive you, David. Not after everything.
Please! This is all happening so fast. Being transferred like that, it doesn't even feel legal. Isn't there something wrong with how they're handling this?
There's nothing wrong about it. And if you want to know who turned you in, I'll tell you. It was Ryan. Yes, your son. He's a private investigator now, and he's the one who gathered all the evidence. He found out you were cheating during work hours using company time and resources to sneak off with Anna. He turned that in himself.
Ryan did this?
Yes, he decided enough was enough. You hurt his mother. You humiliated him. He stood by for years watching you lie to our faces. So now you get to face that truth he uncovered. And rest assured, you're not the only one who has been punished.
What do you mean?
Anna lost everything, too. Do you really think any school would keep a teacher who slept with a student's parent? She had a responsibility. She failed as a professional and as a human being. Of course she was fired. No one wants someone like that near children.
How far are you going to push this?
How far? To the very end. You want to know how deep this goes? As far as I need it to.
About what that kind of burden does to a child? I wasn't stupid. I watched you come home smiling like nothing was wrong. I watched you hug Mom with the same arms you used to wrap around another woman. I watched her wait for you to come home while you were busy texting someone else behind her back. And I held all of it inside because I thought protecting her from the truth was the best thing I could do. You lived for yourself, Dad. You never once thought about how your actions were breaking the people around you. That is why I can never forgive you. That is why I will never help you. I am nothing like you. I'll never use the phrase, "it was a moment of weakness," to excuse betrayal. I chose Misa because I love her with my whole heart, and I will love her for the rest of my life. I'll protect her and build something honest with her. That is what real love looks like, something you clearly know nothing about. As far as I'm concerned, you're no longer my father. You're not needed in our lives. You're just a man we used to know. Wait, hold on. You're telling me you're just going to erase everything? But think about it, Ryan. If it weren't for my affair, you never would have met Misa in the first place. Without me, none of this would have happened. You should be thanking me. Are you seriously trying to take credit for my relationship?
David lost his standing in the company completely. Even after being reassigned to another branch, he was unable to escape the whispers. Everyone knew him as the man whose affair had been exposed at his own son's wedding. His superiors stopped trusting him, and his coworkers kept their distance. The humiliation and loneliness pushed him into a corner until he resigned. Now he survives by drifting between short-term day labor jobs, returning each night to a worn-down apartment where he lives alone with his regrets. Anna's life unraveled in its own way. She was dismissed from her position as a childcare worker after rumors spread of her inappropriate involvement with a child's parent. The story followed her through the industry, closing every door. Unable to find work with children again, she now supports herself as a part-time cashier at a supermarket. Despite this fall from grace, she continues to write letters to her daughter Misa, begging for forgiveness and hoping to rebuild their bond. But Misa refuses to accept them. To her, the letters are only her mother's way of easing her own guilt. They do not heal the pain she caused, nor do they erase the betrayal. Ryan and Misa have turned instead to one another. Both were children wounded by the selfishness of parents. Holding each other's hands, they swore never to make those mistakes. And I, as a parent, have decided that I will quietly support them, ensuring they can move forward with strength and hope. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.